Welcome back, and joining us on the show now is PR Somasundaram of World Gold Council. Soma, it's so good to have you. And, I've been reading in detail the report that World Gold Council came back with. And the first quarter clearly shows weak when you look at jewelry demand, investment demand. The numbers clearly are where you were expecting them earlier because of the higher and volatile prices. But what is it that you see showing bright? The exchange numbers look fine. The fabrication data is good, but that is something we spoke about as well. Have the numbers surprised you?
Well, actually not. The Indian numbers were expected to be down at 17%. Although when you look at it in rupee terms, perhaps there was no drop. Because the prices have been going on up and up. But what definitely surprised us was the central bank demand continues to be extremely strong globally. RBI also has been a big buyer, has been consistently, but that figure was something that probably 228 tons did surprise us. Maybe it's supposed to continue that way, given the monetary situation across. But otherwise, the consumer demand did not surprise us.
Surely. How are you also looking at the mining production? This is something that we usually don't talk about when we talk about gold, but there is interest in this because there are various reports now suggesting on the kind of reserves that global markets have on gold and the mining production that we continue to see year on year.
Yeah, I think we saw a growth, 2% growth, but recycling was far higher than the mine production, which is how it is going to be when prices go up. But when you look at the mine production itself, that will not change in response to demand. Actually, it is all about what is happening in that sector. That's a sector which is very, very independent. So I think you will see these small rises because many mines have come into production, and so I don't expect much change. But what has changed is obviously the recycling figure, which has gone up substantially.
For the global and the Indian markets as well, yes. How do you look at the Indian jewelry demand panning out going forward from here? We've seen less than 100 tons in first quarter. How is second quarter looking to you?
Well, Akshaya Tritiya was not exactly a great time, although there were pockets which saw good volumes. So I don't expect the second quarter to surprise us again. It will be on the lower side. That's what we expect. But monsoons and thereafter the fourth quarter have always thrown surprises. We have seen that in 21. We have seen that in the past several years. The fourth quarter is something which is the December quarter, I would say, is something which will be very difficult to forecast now. It all depends on how good the monsoons are and how the prices hold out. If they continue to be volatile, you will see some issues there. But if they are at this range and the monsoons are good, you will see the fourth quarter will surprise us on the positive side.
So everybody that we get on channel now who wouldn't earlier talk about gold also is talking about gold, and we hear levels of 2,050, 2,100, 23. Today we had somebody on channel talk about $2,500 per ounce as well. So with those kind of projections, with the kind of buying that we have seen isn't really supportive. Where do you see the buying start to begin with by the time retail also gets into this space?
Manisha, this year, if the prices start creeping up over this 64,000 that we have seen, I think the buyers will come back. And that is because it has been far too long that they have seen the prices go up and expecting the prices to soften. So if the price actually from here on, if it starts moving up, you will see buyers coming back, the retail buyers, the household buying, I would say. But on the other hand, if you see at this range, it is a little volatile. It comes down below 60,000 for various reasons and then goes back again. Then you may see that they still want to wait. You may not see the volumes of surge. But if the prices start moving up, my expectation is that the buyers will come in a very big way.
All right.
Okay. All right, sir, as well as Manisha. Thank you very much for joining in and giving us your view on gold prices. In fact,